This was a boy let down, neglected and failed by a system that was supposed to protect him. Awaab Ishak just turned 2 before he died in December 2020 from a severe respiratory condition caused by this. Mould and damp engulfed the one-bedroom flat where he lived with his family. In every room, the black fungus led to Awaab having severe breathing difficulties. But despite the family's repeated complaints since 2017, nothing was done to protect him. Almost 2 years on from his death, and today a coroner ruled action to treat and prevent the mould wasn't taken. Outside the court, Awaab's mum and dad had a message for those responsible.
We shouted out as loudly as we could, but despite making all those efforts, every night we will be coming back to the same problem. Stop discriminating, stop being racist, stop providing unfair treatment to people coming from abroad, stop housing people in homes you know are unfit for human habitation.
But it was the coroner's comments which will echo across the housing sector throughout the country. How does this happen? How in the UK in 2020 does a 2-year-old child die due to exposure to mould? Ms Kersley said. This issue is not simply a Rochdale problem, nor is damp and mould simply a social housing problem. It is a significant issue in private sector too. There is little doubt that the tragic death of Awaab Ishak will and should be a defining moment for the housing sector. Issues of mould and damp are still a major problem on this estate. Inside some of the flats we've visited, living conditions are incredibly poor, and the news of the coroner's conclusion is a worry for many. Nassif was too embarrassed to show his face, but he wanted us to see how he's been living for the last 8 years, with the mould affecting his health too. He told me, "It's really terrible to live here. How on earth can a normal person live in a flat like this? It's really difficult. And in another 5 or 10 years, if I carry on living here, I think I'll be dead too." The Housing Association told us they've tried to gain access to the flat and will urgently contact Nassif again to carry out treatment works. But responding to Awaab Ishak's family's accusations and the coroner's findings, Rochdale Borough-wide Housing did not apologise for their mistakes. They said, as a community-owned organisation, we support the diverse communities of Rochdale. We must make sure this can never happen again. Awaab's death needs to be a wake-up call for everyone in housing, social care and health. Awaab was a boy full of smiles, life and laughter. But whilst his death leaves a huge void, his family are hoping it isn't in vain. Inzamam Rashid, Sky News, Rochdale.